Welcome all of you, the viewers of Poland Daily Culture. My name is Maria Kądzielska, and today we have a special guest which arrived here to us almost from China. Kamil Biernat with us in the studio. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for inviting me.
You are a managing partner of Hanglu law firm.
Correct. Yes.
So basically a lawyer which specializes in Chinese law and Polish law, so partners. But you're also a co-author of a book, Business in a Chinese Way, which is an absolutely unique position on Polish market, written in Polish, but talking about Polish business, Polish-Chinese business relations, and to be honest, why they are still so little. But before we go into this topic, let's say a few words from the very beginning. How did your adventure with China start, and how actually did you at all decided that you will specialize in Chinese law?
I'm connected with China for more than 12 years. I've been working with Chinese companies. I've been studying in Beijing. I've been working also there in Shanghai. So I can say that I have a vast experience working with Chinese, working in China. And at the very beginning, I just wanted to do something outstanding, to do something extraordinary. I was very much interested into Asia, but at that time when I was like a student, which was many years ago, I didn't know exactly that I will choose China. So China just popped up by chance. So I had the possibility to have an internship in the Chinese company in Wrocław, the city where I was studying in Poland. And one day, the owner of the company asked me whether I want to go to China, and I said, okay, yeah, I really want to do this. And he found me a law firm that was interested in to hire me, because they were serving some providing services to the Polish companies. So I said, yeah, I'm ready. I can go the next day, and this is how this door were open. So.
But this needed to be really a challenge, because you, as I understand, you didn't know that much Chinese at that moment, and
Exactly.
you decided the next day, for example, you can go to China, which still was very different than the current China, much less modern and much less with a smaller experience of the Western world. So what was your first encounter? You landed there, went out of the airplane, and what did you expect, and what have you encountered?
It was a huge adventure for me, that's for sure, and I didn't know what to expect at that moment. That's also, of course, I read a lot of books at the time available in English about China, and of course, as you said, the China was much different. So only Shanghai. In Shanghai, you could have came across foreigners. In other cities, it was a mission impossible. So yeah, China was much different. But at the same time, there was some kind of trend for young people to seek adventures, to go to other countries. I think that is a little bit different right now because of COVID and other geopolitical reasons. But yeah, there was a trend also for Asia, for China, for Japan, for Korea.
And I guess China was more open also for the Western world than it is right now.
Yeah, definitely. China was fully open and invited a lot of foreigners to go there to see how China is developing, how extremely fast is the China is developing. But what struck me the most when I came there, it's the huge difference between these two civilizations, like our civilization, like the Western civilization, and the Chinese civilization. It was a huge gap, a huge difference between both these cultures. So everything applied to me. I really enjoy being there, but from being from the perspective of being a Pole or living here, when you come there, you see a totally different world, and this is what I believe is so much attractive it was so much attractive, at least for me. So I also remember when I came to China for the very first time. I landed in Shanghai at around 2 or 3 a.m. There was a cab waiting for me, arranged by the law firm. So they brought me to my apartment, which was luckily not in the city center. So it was in the outskirts of Shanghai, which was very good to experience the real China. So I took my luggage. I went to open the door. They told me it's on the 3rd or 4th floor. I don't remember exactly. So I went there alone. Tried to open the door, and I didn't know how to open the door.
That's the first challenge.
Yeah, it's the first challenge. You have a totally different key. You have a totally different system. You don't know how to do this. I tried to open, and I broke a key. And it was like it was like 5 a.m., so quite early in the morning. So I decided to wake up all the neighbors. So at that time they knew, okay, the white face came into
and it's
into
already problematic.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know how to use the key. They helped you.
Yeah.
And we will put a point here in this moment, and we'll continue with the story in the next episode. I'm sure you're all very excited, and we'll talk also more about the book. This was Kamil Biernat, so stay with us for another show. And thank you for watching Poland Daily.